Hi and welcome back to David Tom Creations channel. As I mentioned in my other Arcade 2.0 video, I was going to do two, and this is the follow-up, showing you a bit more about some of the new features as far as how to tweak all the existing kits, samples and notes, whatever. If we go back to the main lines page, I'll pick Memento. So one of the other things that you can do, and let's just have a look at the note kits. So let's try Firefly. So one of the things that you can do now, as well as tweaking all these, if we go up to tweak in the menu, you can see that this is made up of 3 layers. Now you can just switch these off. So that is piano pad, Hill Valley guitar. Hang on. Hill Valley guitar and ghostly cello green. Right, so say we want to change the Constellation piano pad. So we click in there, click in there, and then let's say you can see all the samples that are in this kit. So you can see some have been downloaded already because they're in the ones that I've downloaded. So all these other ones are in other kits. So you can obviously sample these. You can sample them and then just, let's try what we've got. Right. So we'll use Chorus Daydream. Let's double click it and that replaces layer C. So we can go back and then so let's change this as well to something a bit more right, so let's try downloading this one. Right, so that's downloaded Deadly Tension. So we'll double click that and then go back. And then now you see you've got all this modulation, macros, and layer it. So now we can go in and tweak whatever we want. The filter, resolution. We can change the amp envelope, filter envelope. The only thing is there's not kind of like a solo thing. Yeah, Deadly Tension's a wee bit heavy going. So let's ramp the volume down on that. So, and then you can save as, and then we go. And that is Firefly 2, so I can play that. So yeah, so that's all new. You couldn't do that before, and also you can kind of do the same thing with the sample kits. So if we go to Rising Turbulence, which is so you can tweak the whole sample So that is tweak the macros as well. So this is motion delay, and if you look on over here, you can see what all that's doing. So you can adjust the strength of each of these parameters as well. So like we said, we could bump up this multi-delay, and we'll just see. And then and obviously you could take some of these out if you want. There's an awful lot of that in there. Cavern, so you could bump that up. And flutter pass. So you can see, like I said, you could like delete some of these, whatever you want. So you could actually go through each of these samples and tweak them and then save this as a complete new kit. So yes, because you have save as new sampler kit or create a new note kit. So you've got loads of options. You don't have to, like I said, stick with these. Plus you can remove a sample or generate a kit from that sample as well. And like I said, the hold. So if you go to edit, it's the same thing as going to tweak. So we could adjust the volume and the crossfade. Quite sure what to change. So change the speed. And then you've got various other things that you can. So it's got the distortion box, so you could swap out the distortion box for lo-fi. And send to, we could swap out the distortion box for phaser. So yeah, so you get the idea. You can really muck about with these. And the other new thing, which I think I kind of had to edit out the previous video because it had gone on so long, is the samples. So you can actually search the samples for this particular kit by instrument, genre, function, or description. So for instance, we could go for let's see, strings and dark, and then we've got 2. So you can just clear it like that. So genre, we could go say, oh hang on, so let's go trap. Let's see what come up with trap. So yeah, so there's a whole bunch for trap. So serious. Right, let's try and find bass line. Right, so let's generate a kit from that one. and then we go into this new, completely new kit generator. So what it's done is taken that sample and it's put it across the 2 octaves and created all these new samples based on that. So the full loop is the key at the end. So that is the synth bass. And you can see it's named it based on that. It's created a kit, and you have all these. I'll switch these off, so just so you can hear. So that is the original loop. So like I said, it's now created a whole 2 octaves of so you can get some pretty cool effects with this by using the modifiers. So we switch the effects on, enabling effects. So you have sample slicing. So it comes through as always as standard. So you have those 4, and then you can change the BPM and the key. So we could take the BPM up to say 25 and change it from B flat to D major. Let's see what that does. And then we're in effects presets, so you can then apply these different presets. So we've got vintage texture, and obviously each of these has its own 4 sliders. And then so vintage texture has got delay, room, vintage, and warm drive. So we can add a bit more in. So yeah, so you get the idea, and it goes through this classic haze. And it's got echo, color, filter sweep, and pump verb. So you can see this is like a major upgrade to Arcade. You couldn't do anything like this before. And you've got dirty wax. So you can add the warping speaker. And it changes the whole tone of it. And modern lift. So that's the kind of effects presets, and then you have these 4. So standard, you've got standard, stretched, which is it reslices all the audio. So that was the ones that we were playing before. And then you've got shifted. And then you can go back and let's go into minor and go to A minor. So you can see, and then we've got chopped. And again, you can see it goes through and then what you can do is you can save and play this, and it will generate that whole kit based on that preset that I had. And you can still go in and then tweak this as well. Once you've so that is pretty cool. So that's it. That is completely new. And go back to so if I go into my stuff, you can see these are so that's that one that I just did, and these are other ones that I have done. That one's the one that I just did, and these are other ones that I've been mucking about with. Overture, which is Spitfire audio. So let's see what I downloaded most of these. Let's try Valiantly Fought. Yeah, so that is just superb. If you're doing anything cinematic, that was basically all you need. And so drip overture, different voices is really good. So yeah, so I've done a track. I'm going to close this down because I need to open Logic. So I'm going to close this down, and I've done a track with some of the new ones. So I'm just going to play that.